What if Teddy never lost his sanity? What if the only sane man on the island was Teddy himself? And what if the entire treatment story was nothing more than a performance designed to bury the truth? Some films surprise the audience. Others make the audience question reality itself. Shutter Island is one of those films. At first, it feels like a psychological thriller. A storm-covered island, a hospital filled with dangerous patients, a missing woman, and a detective haunted by the weight of his past. But the true horror of the film was never the island itself. The real horror is this: when someone manipulates your mind, can you ever truly prove what is real? Teddy Daniels arrives on the island to investigate a disappearance. But from the very beginning, something feels wrong. The doctors are too calm. The guards are too controlled. And everyone seems to be participating in the same carefully rehearsed performance. The island is not just a hospital. It is a maze. And the deeper Teddy moves into that maze, the more unstable reality becomes. Throughout the film, Teddy's mind constantly fractures. Dreams, hallucinations, war memories, dead faces returning from the past. And all of it slowly pushes the audience toward one terrifying question. Is Teddy searching for the truth, or is he simply drowning inside his own madness? In the original story, the answer seems clear. Teddy is actually Andrew Laeddis, a man destroyed by trauma, a patient unable to accept the deaths of his family, and the hospital creates an elaborate role play to help him face reality. But what if this time, the story isn't what it appears to be? What if Teddy really is a federal marshal? What if everything the doctors tell him is part of a manipulation designed to silence him? Because the things Teddy notices are not meaningless. The hidden wards, the drugged patients, the missing records, the secret experiments, and the fearful looks in the doctor's eyes, as if Teddy is getting dangerously close to something they desperately want hidden. Maybe Teddy was never insane. Maybe his real mistake was seeing too much. And maybe everyone on the island is repeating the same story over and over, hoping that eventually he will stop trusting himself. Because the human mind is fragile. If someone tells you the same lie long enough, eventually, reality itself begins to feel uncertain. In this alternate version of the story, Teddy finally understands the truth, but not in the way the doctors intended. There are gaps in their story, memories that do not fully connect, details that constantly shift, and eventually Teddy realizes something horrifying. Nobody is actually proving that he is insane. They are simply telling him that he is. And sometimes, those are not the same thing. But the most terrifying part is this: being the only person who knows the truth does not mean you can prove it. Because once a system labels someone as mentally unstable, their voice no longer matters. Teddy fights back. He tries to escape. He tries to expose the truth. But everyone on the island has already made their decision. To them, Teddy is a patient, and a patient's words are never trusted. Perhaps that is the real tragedy of the story. A person does not disappear the moment they lose their mind. They disappear the moment nobody believes them anymore. Eventually, Teddy becomes isolated. Even he begins to question his own memories. Because when someone is manipulated long enough, they slowly lose confidence in their own reality. And maybe that is the system's greatest power, not killing people, but separating them from the truth inside their own minds. In this version, Teddy discovers the truth, but he never escapes the island, because nobody believes who he really is anymore. Maybe he was right all along. Maybe the island truly was an experiment. Maybe the doctors were afraid of him. But perhaps the most frightening thing about truth is that knowing it does not always set you free. Sometimes it only leaves you alone. Shutter Island, another ending.